just gonna inform you right now, favorite music genre is country music. At least that's the answer for the bingo sheet. But to start us off here, guys, let's just do those small arm circles. It's okay if we want to pedal the feet a little bit there as well. And with those arm circles, go ahead, start making them bigger. And smaller. From there, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys reversing it. While we're reversing, we're focusing on opening up that chest as well as activating our shoulder blades, trying to bring those closer together. Each time we bring our hands backwards. And then further emphasizing both of those activation points as we widen out here. Again, just trying to get a full range of motion through the shoulders, really opening up that chest. That chest nice to get nice and tight throughout the day. So go ahead, open it up, chest out. And then you can bring it back small. From there, we're going to go ahead. We have our hamstring kicks. And we're going to keep off of that chest out activation or that chest opening, shoulder blade activation with those arms going out towards the side. From there, we either have high knees. You can speed those up a little bit or just marching that up. From there, go ahead, squeeze that knee up. If we're a little concerned about knee pain, feel free to grab under the knee rather than over it. That'll help prevent squeezing our shins into our thigh. From there, just doing some squats. And then add a calf raise. As you guys know, we like focusing on those lower leg muscles to help out our heart. No better time to focus on the heart than a cardio class. So we're doing those calf raises at the end of the squats. And then from there, we can go ahead, widen out, stretch over to the side, come up, stretch it over. If you want to keep a constant range of motion, you can just shift over like this. Or if you want a little bit of a rest, and then from there, come on up, hip openers. And opposite, bringing those hips into center. All right, from there, guys, go ahead, shake it out a little bit. Get a quick drink of water. We're going to be back here in just a few seconds. All right, guys, back from that water break here. We got 3 separate moves here. We're going to link together. I'll show you guys when we're going to start, but we're going to start off here. Jumping jacks. You got to do them full or separated. From there, we have windmills. And then from there, we're going to have knee ups or cross elbow to knee, basically like bicycle standing up here. We're going to start those in 10 seconds here. I'm going to let you guys know when we transition from one exercise to the next. But we're starting jumping jacks. 4, 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. Trying to have those hands coming together, even if we're doing the full, trying to avoid just letting those arms flail. Really want to be under control the whole time, but we do want to try to be deliberate about getting a nice full range of motion here. Ten seconds and we're going to switch over. 3, 2, 1, windmills. While we're doing these here, focusing on hinging at the hips, keeping our back nice and straight, crossing over, squeezing our glutes, our hamstrings, coming back down. Oh, my favorite, Lori, I see the question. My favorite music genre would be country. After that, you guys, we're going to switch right here, cross that. Favorite music genre, country. If I had a tie, though, hip-hop would be second, but country is the response for the bingo game. So. So I see we got Jessica and Lori back in. Carol, have you rejoined? I know she jumped in earlier. I'm not sure if she came back in yet. Five seconds, we're going to go back to jumping jacks. 4, 3, 2, jumping jacks. Again, focusing on controlling those arms. We did that warm-up at the start of class here. Really want to make sure we're not allowing our arms to just flail around. Same thing with our legs. Be really diligent about catching with those calves and coming back in. And we're back, straight back here into our windmills. You can take these as slow or as quick as you want to, so long as our posture, our form stays strong with our nice straight back. We can rep those as quickly as we need to. And crossover for the knees. Carol, glad that you joined us again. Okay, I wanted to make sure that you didn't have to miss class with the time miss up. So we're glad we're all here. Crossovers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our next segment of 3 here, we're going to have squats into in and outs. So into side lunges. We're going to start off here just squats in 4, 3, 2, and 1 squat. Again, pressing through those heels, activating those glutes. The faster you're able to rep them out, the more of a heart impact you're going to have at home. Four, 3, 2, and 1. In and out. If we don't like that impact, squats, still okay here. Or we got those in and outs, and of course you can slow them down here, trying to work on force, impact, trying to absorb that impact rather than going as quick as possible. Go ahead, take it a little bit slower if you need to. If you need to come to a rest before you jump down, perfectly okay. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side lunges. Again, pressing off that heel here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have my mat here. However you guys are doing it, we're going to caterpillar walk out 3 times. Again, enjoying that stretch of the hamstrings here. On that 3rd rep, you can stay right down here and then just join me right back like this. All of you guys should be here right about now. And we're going to start off here, bicycles, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. As fast or as slow as you need to go right now, that's perfectly okay. Really focusing on tightening up all around that spine here and focusing on controlling those rotations, even if we're going a little bit faster. 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you guys up, off the ground, penguins right here. Again, contracting just enough so that our shoulder blades are off the ground and we're rotating side to side as fast as you're able to go here, just as well. Still want to stay under control though. We're not just shuffling back and forth. We have complete control of our spine at all times. Four, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to have you guys rotate over. Caterpillar walk back up here 3 times. After that 3rd time, you guys can finish up here. Get a quick drink of water for me. All right, as you guys are finishing up with that water break, you still have a little bit more time. I'm going to show you what our next goal is here. We have 3 movements. Again, we're going to link these together. We have squat jumps, lunges, as well as we're going to do a deviation off those side lunges earlier. So what this is going to look like is, that's our squat jumps. Going to take that to a nice simple lunge here. After that, side lunge, but with a little bit of a hop off. We're going to stay on one side here the whole time. We'll switch. We're trying to catch and explode back off there. And of course, we're going to do the other side. If at any time you don't really want to do those explosive movements, such as those squat jumps, normal squats, okay? Or just those normal side lunges, perfectly acceptable too. Go ahead, finish up with that water. We're going to start here in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and squat jumps or just squats. If you have to shuffle between the two, do a few squat jumps, take a little bit of a break, go into these squats. That's perfectly okay. The more movement that we can continuously have together, the better off we'll be. We don't have to go for those jumps the whole time. We can slow it down. Five, 4, 3, 2, and we're just going to go right into some lunges. If we're struggling a little bit with the lunges, we don't want to do those for our knees. If we have a wall, I'd want us just doing some wall sits for a little bit. Ten seconds here, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick one side. You got side lunges normal or a little bit of a hop to it. You guys decide which one of those you're more comfortable with. Trying to keep focus on the glutes and the hamstrings to fire off. But if we're doing that catch and spring off, we're going to be putting a lot more pressure on our toes than we would on our heels. So just be conscious about that. We got just one side right now. Four, 3, 2, 1. Same thing, just on the other side. You can spring it or slow it down. "15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Repeating those 3 movements here. Squat jumps, lunges, and those explosive side lunges here. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once again, normal squats, more than okay. If we're ready, we can get a little bit more of that jump in there. And of course, feel free to mix in a combination of those two. "15 seconds here, guys, and then we're back into those lunges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have lunges. If we don't want to do lunges, find our wall. We got wall sits here for a little bit. "15 seconds here, guys." Again, we're either doing those wall sits or those lunges here. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to that first side of side lunges here. Again, that explosion or just nice and calm if we want to take a little bit of impact. Again, feel free to switch it up a little bit, just like we did with those squat jumps. "10 seconds here, you guys." Trying to keep those hamstrings, those glutes activated. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rewrite yourself up. Switch it to the other side, and you're into it. Again, explosive if we can. Slowing it down if we need to. Just 10 seconds here, guys. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we're going to transition some moves that quite help that one. We either have split squats, which are those lunges, but with a jump squat. If we don't want to do that, feel free. Just doing some skiers here, not super depth. Or if we feel comfortable, we got split squats. We're going to transition those into some skaters. Starting those in 4, 3, 2, 1. Skiers, or if you're comfortable with a little bit more explosion, doing some split squats. After these 2 exercises, guys, we got a water break before we head back to the ground. "15 seconds right here, you guys." Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Transition those to skaters. The lower we can go, the more intense, but we do want to make sure we have balance on one leg before we jump over to the next. So you can either do a little bit higher up, or the lower we can get, the better. "15 seconds right here, you guys. Try to get a little bit lower, a little bit quicker if we can. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, grab a drink, guys. We'll meet up at the top of the mat here. We're going to do some caterpillars in. I'll give you guys a little bit of time for that water break. We do want to do those caterpillars, though, so we can stretch out those hamstrings that we've been firing. All right, guys, go ahead and meet me at that mat. Start out your caterpillars. And on that third one, just right down here to the bottom. What we're going to do here, guys, we're just going to hold a boat position, torso up here, legs out in front. We can have them a little bit closer. That's going to make it a little bit of a different feeling for you guys. But we're holding that boat position in 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold the boat. Again, you can play around, the legs straight out, curled up a little bit for you. Holding that for just another 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you guys to rotate over, facing down now. Of course, we're going to protect our low back here. We're going to be in tabletop position. Bird dog. If you're not comfortable doing bird dog, maybe we don't like our legs on the ground here. We got Superman's thighs, chest, arms off the ground. We're starting that right now. Opposite arm, opposite leg if we're doing those bird dogs. Less than 10 seconds here, guys. And right there, go ahead, guys. If you don't have your water with you, go ahead, grab it. We'll meet right back here. Once you guys have your water, feel free, meet me in this position here. We're going to start off our cool down here. I think we've done this before. It's a dynamic 3-way hip flexor hamstring stretch. Start off in a lunge position, drop it down to Spider-Man, bring it back into a hamstring. That's going to help our body stay active while we cool down before we bring it to a more passive stretch. Starting right here, 3, 2, 1, just in that lunge position. Drive those hips forwards. Try to keep that neutral pelvis with an upright torso. Right there, I'm going to have you guys bring it down, hip flexors, driving into the ground here. Spider-Man stretch. And from there, bring it back, hamstring stretch. And we'll repeat that one more time here, just a little bit quicker. Hip flexor stretch. Drop it down, Spider-Man. And tilt it back, hamstring. If you guys rotate over, second side here, same thing, 2 rounds. Starting off in this hip flexor stretch. Knock it down. It's a Spider-Man hip flexor, or hip, sorry, driving to the floor, stretch that hip flexor. And bring it back, hamstring. Raise it up here one more time through. A little bit quicker though, hip flexor. Drop it down, hip or Spider-Man. And bring it back, hamstring. Now from there, I'm going to have you guys down in a V stretch We're stretching that interior leg. This is really good for those side lunges, especially those more explosive side lunges that we did here to stretch that interior leg above the knee. Just go ahead, reach down into the middle here, stretch in. Feel free to get comfortable here. We're spend a little bit more time just because this is one of those areas that we worked a little bit more intensely. From there, I'm gonna have you guys reach over to one side. Over to the other. And back down to the middle. Over to that first side. And over to the second. From there, I'm gonna have you put one leg in front, other leg comes over, glute stretch. We can either hug that knee in or we can rotate on that outside, whichever one of those you guys feel more comfortable doing. And switch it over, same thing, other leg. And before we end off, guys, of course, we're going to do our four-way neck stretch here. Start us off stretching the back of the neck, chin drops down to the chest. Go ahead, raise it up, tilting back here, stretching the front of our neck. Back to center, one ear to one shoulder. Raise it up, other ear, other shoulder.